Hello to one and all, myself Pallavi Tripathi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So in the last video, I just have discussed about the basic steps involved in apoptosis, the difference between the necrosis and apoptosis, as well as the caspase cascade pathway or the type of the caspase we just have discussed. That is the initiator caspase as well as the executor caspase. In today video, I'm going to let you know about the mechanism involved or the pathway involved, that is the intrinsic as well as extrinsic pathway of apoptosis. So this we will cover. In case of an intrinsic pathway, some sort of internal signal is responsible, that is the endoplasmic stress, hypoxia, that is the lack of oxygen, or the DNA damage. Here the mitochondria is involved, है ना. We will see one by one how the initiator caspase and the executor caspase are involved, and in the end particularly the apoptosis takes place. Whereas in case of the extrinsic pathway, some sort of external signals are there, so surely there will be some sort of receptor in order to receive such signals. These receptors are known as death receptor, that is the trail R and the FAS. You can just see here, and how then the further initiator and the executor caspase come in the way, and the in the end particularly the apoptosis takes place. So first of all, intrinsic pathway, I just already have told you what are the different internal stress signals leads to this pathway. DNA damage, some sort of oxidative damage, stress, or oncogene activation, as well as ROS induced apoptosis also completes through this pathway only, intrinsic pathway only. So this is mitochondria dependent, है ना. Permeabilization of the mitochondrial outer membrane takes place, and there is a release of cytochrome C. So that is the thing. We are going to just see what are the key steps involved. Very first thing, cellular stress will trigger or stimulate a signal. Then further the permeabilization of the mitochondrial outer membrane. Once the permeabilization takes place, this will cause a collapse of mitochondrial membrane protein, then further yes, there is a control of this permeabilization, that is controlled by BCL2, है ना. This apoptosis process is strongly regulated, है ना. This is to be regulated, otherwise if not, then if excess of apoptosis will take place, that is also harm to cell, and if apoptosis is under regulated, that is also not good for cell. So that is the thing, it is very very strongly regulated. You can just see here some sort of pro apoptotic as well as the anti apoptotic factor. Pro apoptotic, that is going to promote the apoptosis process, that is the BAX and back signal. Then the anti-apoptotic, or you can just say which will inhibit the apoptosis process, that is the BCL2 and the BCLX. XL. Then you can just see here these backs and back, they are not constitutively expressed, and they further induce the mitochondrial outer membrane permeabilization, and further it will lead to the apoptotic stimuli, and the initiator caspase or the executor caspase will be activated, and the apoptosis will take place, that is the cell death will take place. But what will happen how this is regulated, as I mentioned, it is constitutively expressed, है ना. So this stress now cause the back to oligomerize, forming pores in the outer membrane, mitochondrial membrane. So once this it stimulate the permeabilization, there is a release of cytochrome C in the cytosol from the mitochondria. Then once this is released, there is a formation of apoptosome, है ना. Apoptosome is just the combination of this cytochrome C as well as the this APF1 factor, है ना. This as well as DATP and pro-caspase 9, that is the initiator caspase. So once this apoptosis formation takes place, caspase, this pro-caspase, that is an inactivated form, will just undergo the activation process. We already have discussed what are the different things that takes place during the activation or the transformation from inactive to that of active phase. So here you can just see caspase will be activated,